passed away this afternoon at approximately 4:30 p.m. BST. This is after a prolonged illness. It is a profoundly sad day for Nigeria, a moment of collective mourning. In recent weeks, persistent rumours online suggested that the former military ruler was unwell, and sadly today those rumours have now been confirmed. The nation acknowledges the loss of a powerful, if not polarising figure, a statesman whom I personally closely studied for 8 successive years. Now, this clinic, known for serving high-profile patients, including His Majesty King Charles III and the late Prince Philip the...
Okay, yeah, top of the day to you, Nigerians, wherever you're joining us from. This is a commercial. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriahi. It is very important to, of course, acknowledge very quickly again that former President Muhammadu Buhari has died. He died in a London hospital. And of course, if you look around, you search the web, the news of Buhari's death is actually what is you can find everywhere. Nigerians are, of course, discussing this with mixed reactions. Some are expressing joy that he has passed on. Others are, of course, saying that he did his part. And, of course, there's been mixed reactions and every other thing. And the fundamental question is, what can we really say? What can people have been pointing to different things that will definitely formulate maybe the body of legacies of former President Buhari. Let's not forget Buhari served as head of state of Nigeria and of course later served as a democratic president. But again, Buhari as an individual, as leader of the Nigerian state, was very impactful. Be it positive or negative, it was impactful. And I'm going to be looking at what I believe to be, some of those things that we can see. These are, the legacies left behind by ex-President Buhari. It was on Sunday, actually, we got this tweet from his aide, Bashir Ahmad, who announced via his social media handle, of course, on behalf of the family, that Buhari has passed on in London. And of course, it has all been greeted by mixed feelings. I am going to, allow us to take the next 1.5 minutes to listen to this broadcast on the passing of Buhari, because it is actually on this broadcast I'm going to, premise some of the things I'm going to say concerning, Buhari's death, his legacy, and of course, Nigeria at large, because there's a lot that we need to learn from Buhari's passing. It's very important. Please don't go away. If you are there, share this broadcast and let's do this together. And at some point, if it's possible, it's not going to be a long one. I may open the line so that people can call in to make 1 or 2 contributions if possible. But just let's take a listen, to listen, to this. I think this is from a China's television. Let's take a listen.
Nigeria's former president, Muhammadu Buhari, aged 82, passed away this afternoon at approximately 4:30 p.m. BST. This is after a prolonged illness. It is a profoundly sad day for Nigeria, a moment of collective mourning. In recent weeks, persistent rumours online suggested that the former military ruler was unwell, and sadly today those rumours have now been confirmed. The nation acknowledges the loss of a powerful, if not polarising figure, a statesman whom I personally closely studied for 8 successive years. Now, this clinic, known for serving high-profile patients, including His Majesty King Charles III and the late Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, is situated in one of the capital's most prestigious medical districts, just steps away from Harley Street. I think the location alone underscores the seriousness of the prolonged treatment that that the former president was receiving. Now, in the coming hours, according to my sources, Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu, is expected to arrive in London. Now, his mission, of course, will be to assist the family with support and oversee preparations to bring the president home to Nigeria under official state protocol. Now, I think it's obvious that the magnitude of this moment cannot be overstated. Buhari was a defining presence in Nigerian life, first as a head of military regime in the 1980s, then later becoming the first president to defeat an incumbent in a democratic historic election in 2015. Now, his tenure inspired admiration for his anti-corruption stance and discipline here in the UK, yet it also drew criticism amid economic challenges and security threats. Now, today, of course, those debates will be paused because a nation reflects on a life both revered and contested.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. We've taken over a minute of that. I just want us to have this background so that we can talk about this importantly. Now, one thing we can quickly observe in this particular broadcast is that Buhari died in London, and as we speak, the Nigerian government, has moved to London. I've seen lots of videos of Nigerians trooping to this particular place where Buhari died. This hospital, this London clinic where Buhari reportedly passed away. The whole world of Nigeria right now, as far as the Nigerian government is concerned, the vice president, the chief of staff of the nation, many dignitaries, loads of National Assembly members, they've all been trooping to London. And the message is that the preparation has started, to bring Buhari from London back home. Now, I also have this video, playing the arrival of the vice president, and of course the chief of staff, many other dignitaries of the Nigerian government arriving in London to come and so this is the vice president of Nigeria. You can see Gbajabiamila, the other dignitaries of the Nigerian state. They are arriving in London right now, to go and start preparations on how to bring Buhari's body home. This is very instructive. I'm trying to establish this as part of the things that we're going to discuss, as part of the things that we're going to see. These are actually the things that form, the body of legacies that we are going to see. This is, this Buhari's legacy, more or less. But let's not forget, this guy was head of state, and he was executive president of Nigeria, democratically elected for 8 years. But he died in a London clinic. And Nigerians right now, the Nigerian government right now is going to put a lot of resources together to ensure that his body is brought home to Nigeria to be buried. Okay, invariably, Nigeria is a cemetery right now. The place where they go to take treatment is London. Okay, but when they die in London or other places around the world, they don't get buried there. They bring them home to Nigeria to be buried in Nigeria. Now, when you look at this clinic, this London clinic where Buhari died,
Nigeria's legacy, home to.
Let me pause it there. You can say London clinic. Okay, it's a very important clinic built by the British people. When dignitaries, British dignitaries are ill, a lot of them come here. Even King Charles has been here to be treated. Boris Johnson was here some time ago to be treated when they had COVID. I think it was here he came or something, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of British dignitaries do come here. This London clinic is not in Nigeria. It's not in Germany. It's not America. It's not in Cameroon. It's in London. Built by the British people to serve the interest primarily of the British people. And of course, to equally serve the interest of those who can pay with everything they've got. And Nigerian dignitaries, particularly Nigerian presidents, okay, we take taxpayers' money from Nigeria and pay to this London clinic to come and be getting treatment here. Buhari, all through his 8 years as president, was coming here for treatment. As a matter of fact, I would not be surprised if this is the same place that the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, comes for his own treatment. And yet, we are part of a country that is potentially the richest country in this world. Potentially the richest country in this world. And yet, these people serve in this highly exalted office of our land. They serve 4 years, serve 8 years. They are unable to give us a clinic, a hospital that can, of course, serve the interests of Nigerians. If not for the common Nigerians, they themselves. This is going to be part of the legacy of Buhari. That for 8 years, Buhari was unable to, facilitate a befitting hospital in Nigeria where he himself can be treated. If Buhari was announced not to have died in a Nigerian hospital, honestly, that probably would send a positive signal. Now, he went to this hospital. Only God knows how much, this hospital has collected from the Nigerian treasury, serving the interests of Nigerian president and ex-president. Only God knows how much this hospital has been eating as taxpayers' money meant to fix Nigeria, but that these leaders have been spending in foreign lands. Meanwhile, the average Nigerians, they are wallowing. The healthcare infrastructure in Nigeria is next to zero. And we have trillions upon trillions of budgets year on year for this, for that, for that. And at the end of the day, you look back, there is nothing we can practically say this is what these people have achieved that is serving the interests of Nigerians, positively. This is one of the legacies of what's his name, President Buhari. No single reputable hospital that we can say that the government has enabled under Buhari to say that, this one is not serving the interest of, the big ones in Nigeria. To the extent that nobody is traveling outside of Nigeria again for medical treatment. As we speak, people have different things. People on dialysis, they are finding ways, borrowing money, looking for money everywhere to travel to India for dialysis, to travel to different countries of the world, to Turkey for different kinds of intervention, as it were, because the people midwifing governance in Nigeria, including Buhari when he was there for 8 years, have been unable to create a proper environment for us to have all this kind of facility. May they still be in place. This is a legacy that can be attributed to Buhari, because for 8 years, he had a chance to be able to do that. A big chance. Several billions of dollars under Buhari. Buhari, throughout 8 years, had no minister of petroleum. He was in charge directly. Several billions of dollars spent. And today, we hardly have a working refinery. A working refinery, not there. Now, let us come to Buhari. Because when we're talking about Buhari's legacy, we are looking at his time in office. Because if Buhari not served Nigeria as president, I have no business with him. Nigerians are dying every day. So he would just be like anybody when he just die like everybody they die. You understand what I'm saying now? That, apart from maybe family members or friends, people don't even know. His passing would have been like that. But this guy was entrusted with power to make the life of the Nigerian people, may I remove this guy, not blessing this guy they talk about, to make the life of Nigerian people a lot better. At the end of the day, what Nigerians got from him, which we are still getting now, the follow and so, has been misery, sorrow, tears, blood. We'll come out to we are discussing Buhari's legacy. When we go the area of insecurity, do you know this one is from is it from Vanguard? Insecurity under Buhari. Insecurity under Buhari. More than say, insecurity. Says 63,111 persons killed in Buhari's 8 years. 63,111 by under Buhari for 8 years. I mean, we are discussing this mass legacy because I don't know how positive it be. See, under a president, you understand what I'm saying now? We can count over 50, 60,000 people when by under 8 years of a president whose primary assignment was to ensure the protection of lives and property as far as Nigeria is concerned. And that will fall under the purview of providing security for the nation. But under this man for 8 years, we lost 63,000 people. Under him for 8 years. Now, this one the people will be saying they died by road accident, or they were sick, or what they call them different other things that probably could say natural means, or but wait, if you still look at most of themselves, see they attributable to say the things when government not provide. But as people will say they buy every day for hospital just because of say the government is unable to provide an enabling environment for our health institution to thrive. So small thing will just come, will just crush people. This one are minus those ones. So this one I just say, man, Boko Haram, all of those kind of people, they just do their own matter under a sitting president. And Buhari for 8 years. As a matter of fact, 4 years before Buhari entered, for 12 years, the report said that 98,000 Nigerians died. 98,000 in 12 years. Inside 98,000, 8 years of Buhari, 63,000 died. And to think, because I look back now, to think that Jonathan was kicked out because Nigerians were so scared and believe say if Buhari come back we start under Jonathan. Well, start much earlier even before Jonathan. See, Buhari will put a stop to them. But when Buhari came, he, as a matter of fact, just sit down for them and allow the matter to take place like that. That is another legacy of Buhari as president of Nigeria for 8 years. You understand what I'm saying now? Looking at how many Nigerians really buy. Now the question is, because you get what statement when the former governor of Edo State, bring come out. I go also mention that anyway, my governor Obaseki bring us something come out. I did reflect on him, and he said, a good man has passed. And to us ordinary Nigerians, we know this man when he addressed as a good man. You understand what I'm saying now? It begs the question: is it a good man to a particular individual or certain individuals, or a good man to Nigerians? Can he really be described as a good man to the Nigerian state? You understand what I'm saying now? Because if we qualify Buhari to be a good man to Nigerian people, then we probably going to discuss holistically his legacy in a different light. I think I'm making this, a broadcast. I discuss the way I'm discussing right now because his passing is very instructive. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? Probably those ones will be saying, man, they are around now, when we say they sit now for power, probably, they will pitch themselves knowing fully well that, man, these positions where each person holds is transient. Nobody's going to live forever. And probably people will pitch themselves, understand, say, man, look, at the end of the day, what we do when we sit down for that high horse, it go matter. It go matter at some point. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to live forever. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? So again, when it comes to the level of insecurity in Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari, he was a total failure. He led Nigeria through a period where he was docile, where he showed the highest level of incompetence we have ever seen. As a matter of fact, if anybody's going to break that record of incompetence, it's going to be the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are waiting to equally start talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, either in this light or in a more positive light. But this again will stand as one of his legacies. Now, Buhari contested several elections in Nigeria. Several. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in 2011, he lost the election, or rather, he wasn't declared the winner of the election. But he claimed he had won the election. And en route to 2015, when he eventually defeated Goodluck Jonathan, he made this statement. Buhari made this statement. He said, if what happened in 2011 should happen again in 2015, okay, he said the dogs and the baboons will be soaked in blood. I get one video somewhere. I don't know whether I feel look at that video right now. Maybe same it affirmed this statement. Now, this was threat put out before 2015 elections. Some of these threats are part of waiting even make Jonathan safe caving quickly because he don't want to use the head carry any matter. And that's why the guy probably, I'm just speculating. That's why probably looking at all of the mounting threat and every other, the betrayal inside the Goodluck Jonathan camp and every other thing, the man just came out to say, my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Because here, Buhari had said that if what happened in 2011 will happen in 2015, the dogs and the baboons will be soaked in blood. I have a video. I don't know if I can locate that video where, you know, this was even, it was a matter of national, you know, discourse. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? It's part of what, you know, we can visibly argue that Buhari, you know, stands for. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? So there is not being muga matter. You understand what I'm saying now? This became a defining moment when they were cooking. Eventually came together with Bola Tinubu. They comfort every other thing. And some people have even speculated, and even the Boko Haram and insecurity will be intensify. That I can't verify that who knows whether you can get hand inside. But it's part of the discourse that is taking place. So this part of the legacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But why Nigerians are divided on this issue? There are so many others who are jubilating. I saw this and many others flying online, and what they believe it appears to be Buhari Yamutu. I've seen a lot of interviews of people who have also satisfaction. Some people said that why this is not part of the office. Maybe the trajectory of Nigeria today for the all these things, you know, are part of what we call the country, you know. Yeah, those are young people, you know, celebrating Buhari's passing. Now, let's come to Buhari's, a final assignment where he organized the presidential election that brought in the current president. A lot of people, you know, have come to agree that what happened in the last election, that enabled the coming of Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a serious robbery of democracy. Now, to the extent to which that happened, we cannot really encapsulate everything, but the aftermath of the election, the declaration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president, the court process and every other thing, signal to many Nigerians that, man, democracy has been robbed once again. And today we have a sitting president and who has borrowed a leaf from President Muhammadu Buhari, former President Muhammadu Buhari. And what Nigerians are seeing right now can best be described as shaggy. You understand what I'm saying? Because in the country, in Nigeria right now, nothing is working. As a matter of fact, we are waiting for the official report to come out of how many Nigerians don't buy under, our current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And of course, the economic hardship, we don't need anybody to tell us. We know how much the price of commodity be right now for markets. We know how Nigerians are suffering right now. This suffer, so when Nigerians suffer right now, they took a step further beyond where Buhari live on. So the question is, what legacy did Buhari leave behind? Anybody when you want to get anything positive to talk about Buhari's whatever, it may go ahead. But as far as I'm concerned, after having put everything together, looking at Buhari as president, the question I ask is, was Buhari a blessing to Nigeria or a curse as president? All of nothing they put up on a comment there to reflect what you guys think. For me, Buhari was not a blessing as president. As a matter of fact, he handed over waiting not complete. That's what it seems like. And today, Nigerians are reaping the fruit, and we are reaping it abundantly. More people are being buyed on a daily basis, needlessly, and the government is so careless about it. They are borrowing more billions and more trillions on everybody's head, and yet the impact of those billions and trillions will not see them anywhere. It's not there anywhere. A bag of rice is still where it is. You don't even near where meat day now. Only, wasn't a few days ago here, someone tell me, say, man, in buy one piece of fish for 5,000 naira. One piece of fish for 5K. And I ask myself, say, man, what is happening here? One piece of fish for 5K when we want to cook. So at the end of the day, Nigerians are hurting. And we have a government that is not looking after Nigerians. We have a government that is so self-centered, they don't care about the ordinary people. But they will come out and make the book and say, maybe we endure. Why they are saying maybe we endure, they're going to buy private jet. Maybe say, man, it's not even needed. They're going to budget more money to refurbish what it be named Vice President house, the other one house. They build more houses for judges. They increase their salary. Because the aim now to ensure, see, what Buhari leave behind, they continue from there. That is the legacy for me of Buhari, which, in summary, na cost it bring upon Nigerians. I don't see anything else. This is a positive thing. Where be saying, yes, we are going to take home from Buhari as the leader of Nigerian state. Personally, I don't feel pick out anything. The misery that Buhari left with Nigerians, that is still extending till now, and that will possibly may not come out from in years and years and years, is huge. It's not just Buhari's 8 years now. It's going to include Bola Ahmed Tinubu's these 4 years, and possibly, who knows, maybe the next 4 years, except something drastic happens. It is Buhari's legacy that enabled Tinubu to be in power today. And if you really ask Nigerians, Majority of Nigerians today, if you take opinion poll across this nation, Nigerians have rejected Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But this is the man who paved way for him, because he himself messed up the country. Now, he won't die and I go die for London. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is old, reportedly unwell as well. Every now and again, he's going to the same London or Germany, or France, for medical one thing or the other. Tomorrow, if God say in time not still reach, if not here say he die, now here say he die for London or die for Germany. But they will spend some extra billions of naira to bring his corpse home and arrange burial for him and celebrate his death. Nigeria technically becomes a cemetery for the Nigerian leaders. Why they embezzle our money and take the monies abroad to look after themselves, health-wise. Eventually, they will pass on in those foreign lands, and their corpse they will bring their corpse home for burial. I honestly think that has to change. Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, when she was unwell, now her country now she for go her medical this thing. Now she for die. Now they bury her put. They not carry her come from abroad, come bury her for home. Former American president when he died the other day, what's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. Former is it Reagan or something? When he died that day. I mean, for I know the more I put up for that for comment section. He didn't die abroad. He died for your own country. Because they've given themselves the best medical facilities that maybe say they need. If they need experts, maybe say they don't get for their country, they're going to invite the expert, come their own medical facility. They know they command, say French president is sick, you come London clinic, come treat himself. Or German chancellor is sick, you come London clinic, come treat himself. It doesn't happen. If there's any specialist surgeon that they need for anything, because it happens, because a lot of all these European medical, professionals, they do travel. You understand what I'm saying now? 2 hours, 3 hours, they don't reach where they go for some quick intervention. That's what they do. We can also have proper hospitals in Nigeria, where our presidents and our National Assembly members can be going for treatment. That if so be it that certain professionals are needed for some intervention and all of that, they can employ the service of these people from other countries where they say, come. We need this thing. You come deliver that thing for inside Nigeria. So why do we have our Nigerian politicians and leaders going abroad on medical vacation all the time? And each time they are living with taxpayers' money. The money they are living with is the money that is enabling us not able to have good roads, not able to have better hospitals, not able to have better economy, not able to help us fight insecurity. That's the money they are living with. And for Nigerians right now, it will be business as usual. I honestly think that the death of Buhari right now, the news following it, should cause outrage in Nigeria. In the hospital where he died, so many people are trooping there now.
Nigeria's former president, Muhammadu Buhari.
They are all trooping there. All of them, they are trooping there. Or notice me, all of them. With Nigerian money. All in the bit say yes. I want to join this thing. This is not Nigeria. This is London. And the person who has died is the former president of Nigeria. He's died in another mass land. And it is not an issue. And it's not the first time it's happening. And it's apparently not going to be the last time. I find it nauseating. I find it honestly very disturbing. This culture of wickedness And at the end of the day, the United Kingdom is not as rich as Nigeria. Potentially, it's not. It's not. David Cameron told the Queen of England, and of course, some cameras just, were just there, and the thing got leaked out. He said the monies that Nigerian politicians are taking out of Nigeria via corruption, that if such monies leave United Kingdom, this country will collapse. Because of what these leaders have caused over time, all of them. Today, the push factor, pushing Nigerians out of Nigeria to pursue better life elsewhere, is there. It is what they have created. Otherwise, many Nigerians don't even need to live abroad. But these guys don't see it. They don't see it. You are a president of a country, and you are very comfortable when you go to sick. You go just enter flat, go another man land, go treat yourself. Meanwhile, other Nigerians that you are presiding over, they are dying in the hospitals where we say, man, you know, if you create a proper environment for them to have good medical treatment, good medical, facilities. You don't even create, give proper budgets, monitor to the essence. Yes, Nigerians are okay. If so say Nigeria is stable now, medically, primary, secondary, and tertiary medical, facilities, they on ground, Jabarata, everything they okay. We get ambulance everywhere. Nobody will be complaining. Anyway, like you go take your medical treatment. But the fact that you're unable to do that and you are paying heavily with the same taxpayers' money abroad, you don't expect us to be excited when you eventually die for that abroad. Nigerians are not excited. It is true that nobody's going to live forever. Everybody could die one day. But Nigerians cannot. I mean, the ordinary Nigerians will know the impact of what you cause. General Buhari cannot be very sympathetic. Without due respect. Without due respect. They can be sympathetic. But I mean, this report shows me in 8 years, 63K. Not be being so. Not be my mind. Not be my mind. 63K under 8 years of your own tenure. Just for insecurity alone. No people will get headache. People will be say get cancer. No people will be say the when be say the infant mortality. Not be one malaria take. All of them are still as a result of say you are unable to provide that enabling environment for us to have proper medical, a structure in place. So Nigerians in the majority are not in any way mourning Buhari's passing. And if this can be a wake-up call to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you don't fit do anything, fix something. This one I'm waiting you do. The first thing Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced as he removed subsidy. Today, Nigerians are suffering more than when subsidy they never remove subsidy. So, in what way has your subsidy removal announcement now helped Nigerian people? No better hospitals, no good roads, nothing. Insecurity has remained the same way it be. As a matter of fact, like I said, Bello don't even lose more people under Bola Ahmed Tinubu than they did previously under Buhari. So, what are we talking about? And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still part of Buhari's legacy. All of this legacy when they talk about, so Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still part of the legacy. Because now waiting Tinubu, Buhari leave behind, leave for Nigerians. Now be this Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is what Nigerians are enjoying right now. So Nigerians are just thoughts like, as a matter they come up, some I don't see this matter with some persons earlier, and somebody just said, a few persons have said, well, he did his best. I think it's a very nonchalant way, a very docile way, of of putting it across. He did his best. What best? If your best is misery, they shouldn't even be mentioned. Buhari's best that is being people talk about is misery. He had no business being there in the first place because he had nothing to offer, just like the one we'll get now. By the time anything happens tomorrow now, or maybe he turned off in there, they will say he did his best. He met misery, and he left the country in even deeper misery. Then why did he come there? Becomes a fundamental question. So, fellow Nigerians, as far as me I'm concerned, sir, the legacy of this man is what the Bible for me described as misery. The Holy Bible talks he said the devil cometh not but to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And that for me is what encapsulates Buhari's presidency as a democratic president of Nigeria for 8 years. He left with Nigerians destruction, mystery, insecurity, buys like we have never seen before. And when he was leaving, he gave the mandate, cleared way for the mandate to be given to another incompetent person, probably more incompetent than himself, to deepen the shit that he left Nigeria with. Anyway, guys, this is not what me fit put together. If you not get anything, you can leave it up, put them for comment section. I'll see you now when I see you now again. God bless you, Nigerians. Bye for now. For me, that'll be Buhari's legacy. Legacy of mystery, legacy of death, legacy of wickedness. Let's hope that those alive, when they get opportunity, they will take responsibility to help this country more. God bless you.